We'll get started. Okay, let's get ready for our restorative practice. So get yourself a blanket over your usual yoga mat, just something that's going to bring some extra warmth and comfort. Have a folded blanket for your head. Make sure that it's nicely evenly folded. Have a bolster or some cushions for underneath your knees. Have a couple of blocks for your feet, and then also make sure that you're warm. So if you think you might need a blanket, then have a blanket to cover yourself over with. So just bring the bolster underneath your knees, the blocks underneath your feet, and then allow yourself to release into the floor. If you don't feel comfortable, or if you feel unevenly positioned, then just feel free to just move and adjust your position until you do feel comfortable. Because this practice is wholly reliant on finding comfort and becoming comfortable and just releasing into the ground. So give yourself permission to relax. Leave whatever has happened in the day behind for an hour or so, and just allow yourself to draw your attention into the physical sensations within the physical body. Just spend a moment to consider something or someone or somewhere that brings positive energy into your existence. So it could be something simple and seemingly insignificant, but important to you, valuable and essential to you. So you don't need to justify whatever it is, just allow things for which you feel grateful to, one by one, just appear in your mind's eye. Just spend a moment to express gratitude for that thing in your life. And then move on to a new thing in your life that makes you feel positive and happy and content. So it could be material, it could be a person, it could be a place. Hope you can't hear Jeff licking himself, that's the cat. So he's making a bit of slurpy noises, so I apologise if you can hear that. I think it's quite cute, but also fairly gross to listen to, I think. So allow your heart area to fill with things to be grateful for. Draw your attention into the soles of your feet. So that the soles of the feet tingle with consciousness. And then consciously relax the soles of the feet. Draw your consciousness into the tops of your feet. Draw your attention to the tops of your feet and allow the tops of the feet to completely relax. Draw your attention into your shins. So that the skin and the bones become tingly with consciousness. And then allow your shins to sink into the bed of the calf muscle. Draw your attention into your kneecaps and into your thighs. And allow and then relax the thighs and the knees, just allowing the legs to completely relax. Rest the hips so that the legs can consciously let go. Draw your attention into the abdomen and the pelvis. Drawing your attention into the abdomen. Allow the abdominal muscles to completely relax. And then allow the abdomen and the chest to completely relax. And allow the abdomen and the chest to completely release into the floor, relaxing the shoulders, softening the upper arms and the forearms and the backs of the palms, just resting them into the floor. Just allow your arms to rest into the floor. Letting go of the muscles of the arms and the elbows and the wrists. Draw your attention into your arms and completely relax your arms into the floor. And your arms and your hands, just keep them gentle and soft. Draw your attention into the neck and the head. Just drawing lightness into the neck and into the head, using your in-breath to distribute that feeling of energetic lightness down into the toes and into the fingertips. Just allow the body to completely surrender into the straight line of the floor. Just savouring this moment of lightness releasing around the neck and the face. Just listen to the breath. Just spend a little time with the breath, just engaging with the positive energy that you bring into the body. So every inhalation is a prolongation of life. Every breath is a gift. Just enjoying this feeling of utter freedom and complete release. That's Jeff snoring, if you can hear snoring. ready to disturb yourself, just wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and then bend your knees, bring your feet onto the bolster, have your feet apart and your knees together. Just rest down for a moment or two. And then roll over onto your right side, just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg, just come back up into cross legs. Just observe how your energy has changed. Just from that simple relaxation pose. How energy rises around the head and around the heart area. Okay, so we are going to do our supported child's pose. So if you've got two bolsters, that's really good for this. If you've only got one, then that's fine as well. Two bolsters, get one bolster between your knees and then have another one on top. If you don't have two bolsters, then just use your existing bolster, use the blocks that you had for your feet, put them in a little row like that, and then put the bolster on top. Or just use cushions, just something that's kind of going to give you some height. So just adapt whatever you need, and then we're just going to have the bolster between the two knees. Again, just keep yourself warm, and then you're just going to come over, lengthening along the bolster, and then just rest your head on one side. We're going to alternate that as we stay, and let the elbows hang down to the floor. If your elbows reach the floor, then have them wide enough apart so that you're not supporting your weight with the arms. Just have your elbows wide apart. Just let the body drape over the bolster. So as you know, as we progress into the sequence, I'll speak less and less so that you don't need to listen, you can just relax. Just swap your head to rest on the other side, just to stretch out your neck on the other side. Swap your head onto the other side just to get rest in your head on the first side. Rest your head on the other side again, just one more time. Just letting your shoulders relax, letting the neck relax. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders and then just gently push yourself back up onto your heels, just Observe your energy, observe the lightness of your energy. Okay, we're going to do a little side seated twist. So have just one bolster, one layer of bolsters. Sit close to the end of the bolster with your knees bent, and then you're just going to turn your chest to face the bolster, and then guide yourself down along the bolster. Rest your head on your side. So rest your head on the side that the knees are pointing into. And then just rest yourself down. Again, have your elbows wide enough apart so that you're not supporting your weight with your arms, you're just draping yourself over the bolster. Push your your hands into the floor underneath your shoulders. And then push yourself up into seated position. Just observe your energy. There's a nice opening action around your lower back. And then just sit on the other side, sit on the other hip. Again with your knees bent, just keeping yourself covered over, and then just turn to face the bolster, and then lengthen your chest along the bolster, and then rest your head on the other side. So a little relaxing spinal twist. Okay, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, push yourself up into a seated position. Just come into cross legs. Just observe your energy, lightness of energy in the chest and around the lower back. Keep your bolster where it is, and then we're just going to stretch our legs out. We're just going to stay with the bolster underneath the back, and then have a folded blanket underneath your head. Just the heart pose, just bringing openness to the chest. Your legs are just stretched out on the floor. Chest is lifted and open. Just feel how the bolster opens the chest. Bring space into the heart region. So just focus on long, slow, deep, deliberate breaths. Push your elbows into the floor, bring yourself up into a seated position, just again, just sitting in cross legs, just observe the openness of your energy. And then just move the bolster from your back, have the blanket for your head, just have the bolster from underneath your knees just for the last couple of minutes. Laying back down into our basic relaxation pose. Allow the body to completely flop into the floor. Allowing the body to become heavy. And from that heaviness, perhaps you observe sensation of energetic lightness that radiates from the bones and into the muscles. Into the bones and the muscles and the organs and the flesh and the skin. And then when you're ready, just wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers, and then bring your feet onto the bolster. Have the feet on the bolster apart, have the feet apart, the knees together, just resting your back into the floor. And then gently roll onto your right side, just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into a seated position. Just final cross legs with your hands in the masti, just a final spinal lift. Draw your breath in through your nose down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice this evening, that good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy that the relaxation poses bring to the body and to the mind. And then draw your chin down to meet your chest. Spend a moment to acknowledge the positive energy you have created inside. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then gently release the backs of your hands down towards your knees. Palms facing upwards, just connecting the tip of the index finger with the tip of the thumb. Just a gesture of wisdom and peacefulness that you can carry into the rest of our day. And then raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. Thank you. So hopefully you feel as though you've really lifted your energy, giving yourself some good positive energy to put into the rest of your evening. So thank you very much for joining me.